everything I've got at the king, I think. Yep. Let's just carry on. Do the same as, roughly the same as we did in the last game, I think. I'm not that fussed about that pawn. I might be fussed if the queen's come off though, so I need to have a little work out exactly what I want here. Okay. What do I want to do? A4? Let's just start attacking some pawns around the king, and then I can play b3. Again, I'm not that fussed about what's happening on the king's side because I'm not sure he's got enough pieces. Having said that, he is playing quite well for a 1700 here, so we'll keep going. Tissue rejection. That's one of the best usernames I've seen. I don't even know what it means. It just sounds very dirty. This is actually going quite badly, isn't it? Let's keep going. Rook takes. Alright, rook takes d6 looks a bit dangerous. This I think I can just about get away with. Well, my queen's covering that square. If you're going to throw material at me, then I think I'm okay. If you're going to try and break through using just brute force, then I might have had some issues. Well, that's just mate, isn't it? Okay. Thank you for the game. How are we doing? Muswell Hill still quite down, and the games keep coming. Falco 1974, who is from Hendon. I don't know who Falco number 1974 is. What should we play? Should we play the same kind of thing? Scheveningen? Why not? Indeed. I really quite like these systems because you just get a lot happening very quickly. I'm never sure whether it's best to play knight e5 or knight to take c4 here. Get a move on. Okay. The king on b1 is a bit better for him than the last game where king remaining on c1 was just a bit dangerous. Do I want to play e5? And then we take c3, same kind of thing? Can do. We're just going to get the same game, aren't we? Where it didn't go very well after rook takes c3. That was just the exchange down for not much. I don't particularly want a castle here either. Maybe I can play h5. Let's have a go at this instead. He's playing very quickly. Because I've retained, my bishop still looks at d5, so I'm not that worried about knight d5 this time. I might be worried about f4 though. Or indeed that. Okay, this isn't so comfy. All of his pieces make sense and very few of mine do. I think I've just got about enough safety there to castle without worrying too much. I don't know. If I could go 3 wins in a row, then I get, I think if you get the 3rd win in a row, you get double score. You get 2 points for a win normally, but if you get your third in a row, that's called a streak, and you then get 4 for that point. So I'm just won 2 in a row, having lost the first 3 to the same guy, which was not ideal. This looks okay because I can't play knight b6 because of bishop takes and then bishop takes for that one. Okay, that's not so comfy. g6 is coming as well. Oh, this is very hazardous suddenly. Maybe not suddenly, maybe it's just been bad the whole way through. Anyway, let's try to be better. That bishop on h3 is really annoying. I don't really want to sack the... If I'm going to sack the exchange, I want to... No, I can't do that. I don't want to let him get the bishop as well. I just need to play knight b6, otherwise I'm going to be stuck for a long time. Already shipped 20 racing points in this tournament, I suppose. Oh yeah, that's about right. I suppose it would be rude not to ship some more. Unless I've got some fruity tactic that just loses a pawn for me. Don't think we have any fruity tactics. Got bishop d4 coming as well. My goodness. This is not much fun. Alright. Running out of time again. I have to play much more unsurprisingly than I have been doing. Queen d5. I suppose g6 is on the way. Okay. Got no choice but to hack. Okay, this is pretty bad. So the ending itself is got active rooks, I suppose. Worst things have happened. Oh my goodness, everything's coming in. No, this hasn't gone well at all. I've just got to go for activity. I've got no real choice. And pawn takes pawn. No, this is absolute garbage. Unfortunately. Alright, well he's let me at least blockade on a light square so his bishop can't get at me. How many pawns are we down? 2. 2 too many. You are either about to witness a miracle save or yet another humiliating defeat at the hands of some of London's best players, of which I claim to be one, but apparently I am not. This is not going to be a fun ending. Again, way down on time. Having far too much fun streaming to actually think properly about my Clubs Blitz. Okay, I've seen this far. I can start gobbling some of these pawns over here, that would be nice. I've got some very vague chances here. Which one do we want to take? Probably the F pawn? Yeah, there's no checks with the bishop now. Win that one as well. Alright. let's see if we can do anything with this G pawn. Threaten mate, why not? Okay. I need to calculate this now. Am I just... I don't know what to play. I've cut off his king at least. Let's stop that pawn moving any further forwards. We're not going to get him in Zugzwang, but we can get something going. That would be extremely welcome. Try and park that rook on h5, and hopefully he's not going to be able to create a passer quickly enough. And well, we can try for a perpetual here, can't we? Just coming back and forth. Are we taking the perpetual? He is. Wow. I will. You got your miracle save, everybody. That wasn't bad at all. Okay, that's how you fight, I suppose. Just keep getting it. If you're a pawn or two down in the rook ending, don't try and blockade the other pawns. Alright, we've got someone 1500, we can go berserk here, why not? Let's try and get some points back on the board. Yeah, if you're a couple of pawns down in the rook ending, just get rooks active, because things will happen. And there, yeah, I'm very happy with that. Alright, I might go berserk a little bit more from now on, because this is actually forcing me to play a bit quicker, and it's probably going to be a bit more entertaining for you lot as well. E5, I had to play D5, do I? Probably. Okay, I mean, this is like the dream centre. The dream. Yeah, okay, so he's got to play E5 there, otherwise I'm just going to... So the idea here for black is to play F5 as well, but his knights are in a bit of a muddle. And I can put them in even more of a muddle. So I've got to play on the queen side here because nothing is happening on the king side. Get b4 in. I suppose you can play Can you play a4 here? Not sure we're too worried about that pin. There's no way of getting a knight into... I could have taken that with the queen, I suppose. Either way, we're doing fine. Okay, that knight does manage to hop into d4, but I'm not sure what it does from there. Meanwhile, my queen is going to have this lovely square. So I've got full control of the A file. And I'm threatening to come in on the 7th rank. And I can back it up with my rook. That looks very loose. Might be okay though. That looks very loose. Moves like this I want to punish. But I'm not sure how best to punish such a move. Probably there. That seems sensible. I'm not playing quickly enough. Alright, pass pawn. Let's try and make this happen. Thank you for giving me a tempo to put my rook on the behind the pass pawn. Put your rooks behind pass pawns, lads. And I'm going to jam in my knight here. I suppose you can take on e4, but my pawn is... I could have taken on e8 there, I missed that. Whoops. That's hurried. Still looking pretty good for me with the bishop pair and this passed pawn. Well, he's completely missed that now, and I mate like now. Okay. Right. Never mind. So that's after losing 3 in a row, we've got what 3.5 in the last 4. Not bad at all. I'm definitely not one of these these guys. I don't think so anyway. But yeah, Hammersmith are running away with it now. How many points am I on? I'm on 9. Should we go berserk again? Yeah, why not? Seems rude not to. Die 1, 2, 3, 4 of Hackney. So what we're watching here is the UK clubs self-isolating pawns team battle, and it's not really UK clubs. It's London clubs, North London, and who have we got? We've got Hackney, Hackney, Hendon, Muswell Hill, and King's Head are all in North London, and then Hammersmith is in West London. But all 5 clubs play in the Middlesex League, and it's a very competitive, but also I think quite a friendly league, insofar as all the players kind of know each other from other clubs and other tournaments, and it's definitely given me. How do we do this here? Let's take this one off. It's definitely given me a lot of pleasure over the years playing in the Middlesex League. Don't particularly want that bishop to come to f5, so we'll stop that. I suppose I need to be wary of it coming to a6 instead. I think we can jam this knight into the little outpost that's been created on c5. See how we do. And I've got to play quicker. Forgot that I berserked. Going at 2.5 seconds a move will not do. Muswell Hill won the last 2, possibly even the last 3 editions of these, but Hammersmith have really turned up tonight with I think 3 or 4 international masters, and they're doing very well at the moment, unfortunately. Okay, he's having a big think. c5. Can I not just have that? Because I've got b4 if you pin me. This looks alright. And then bishop d2. Seems okay. Possibly just about. And then I've got a3 and can just... Oh, I can have that. I can take that with the queen. And then I can do the same thing back. And play... can I play rook c1? I don't think I'm walking into any particularly big... I've got to be careful of queen on the diagonal and then... Okay, well I can just take more pieces here, I think. And then if queen there, I've got bishop takes queen and then bishop takes rook afterwards. And we're just an exchange and a pawn up. Hopefully. My technique... Oh, let's not play rook d1, that would be quite bad. My technique from here will hopefully be sufficient. That knight is tied to the pawn on d5. I think I just need to get my a pawn moving via... I can play something like rook c5. Is that worth it? Yeah. Okay, we can start throwing this guy up the board, I think. Hope you guys are enjoying some of the tunes we've got. This is Boards of Canada. A big run of Scottish bands in my teens. I don't know what it was, it just all happened to be Scottish that I really fell in love with, like Mogwai, Boards of Canada, some of the older ones as well, Orange Juice. Who else? Dogs Die in Hot Cars and Editors. Were they Scottish? Editors were Scottish. Simple Minds. Don't know, every band that I really got into when I was a teenager seemed to be Scottish. I think because when you're 12 or 13, the ones that all your mates listen to, and therefore what you listen to, they're all the kind of there. So thank you very much for that game. They're all a bit more of the kind of mainstream. So you have your Nirvana, Induction, and Sonic Youth, Pearl Jam. Who else? Lots. But you'd never really be listening to British bands when you were 12. I was listening to Radiohead a little bit, but not an enormous amount. Right, who we got? 22-26, Earkeer from Hackney. Let's see how we do. I'm not going to... Oh, they've berserked. Okay, fine. All right, let's play a Caracan this time. Bit bored of the Sicilian that I've been getting. It's been fun, but I've been under the cosh. I probably need to do some more theory stuff. I quite like these systems where you just get the throw this knight, queenside knight into c6 and then this knight into d6. You're playing it almost like a French. The question is whether I can just plonk that queen into... Oh, I can't take that. Yes, I can. And then, do we just castle? What's wrong with castling here? What am I missing? Rook e1. I mean, even if I lose that pawn, it's not the worst thing in the world. Do I want to play bishop g7 first to stop, to discourage at the very least knight g5? I suppose bishop g5 is coming as well. Alright, I've got 2 minutes to think about castling. Bishop g5, knight f6 is probably a bit awkward. Can I play knight f6 immediately? Am I just going to get in lots of trouble? Let's try. And then bishop g7, castles. Or just castles now. Let's try going this way. I'm not entirely loving castling with this queen pointing at h7. I'm not so fussed about the e6 square. Probably want to hide my king at some point as well. Which rook do we want to bring? Let's do this one. Bishop f4 might be a bit awkward. Likewise, knight. I've got this. Do I take the pawn and I'm still covering? And I can bring that knight into f5 to mask everything. This is going to be very sketchy, but I'm also threatening knight c2, but I think winning an exchange here would be the coward's way out from this position. Okay. I'm 2 pawns up. Ideally I want to be swapping pieces, but that is easier said than done. I can open the d file here for my rook. That may not be the worst thing, just give back one of the pawns in order to try to get things happening down the d file. Queen h4 can't be terrible. Queen b4. Not sure. Or do I just play king b8 and throw my king into the corner and try not to lose it? Everything in the middle. He might just play king h1 here, do the same kind of thing. Or can I play e5 here? e5 looks very tempting. Yeah, why not? Oh, that would be why. Okay. Have I got any tricks? He could have just played that immediately, actually, couldn't he? Okay, we're losing an exchange, but I have very decent central control. So, let's see how we do. My job here is to make my bishop better than their rook. I really don't love this now. Queen's quite well good here though. He goes king h1, and then I want to start throwing my knight into the position, but I'm not sure how. Where would my knights like to be? Knight b3. I can just get the exchange back. There's probably worse options, aren't there? Oh wow, he's going for this line. Okay. I think I just block all the files, do I? And just say, what are you going to do? There's no way for him to get into a7, I don't believe. Not in love with rook f1 to f7, yeah. Okay, so throwing this pawn up and playing knight f5, do we? Should probably play knight f5 immediately. Jettisoning pawns. Okay, this isn't gone so well. But I think at the very least I'm discouraging him from playing g4. I've now made it illegal. I suppose that's even better. This could be very tricky to do anything. I don't really want to. I don't know why I just played that. I don't want to open up the A file at all. What was that? That's terrible. Dear, oh dear. I want to swap things off. Try and get my knight to g3. The king goes to a dark square. I've got bishop e5, or I've just got. Is this good enough? To queen e5 and then knight f5. I think this is winning, but this is not been a very efficient conversion of this position. That'll do it. Okay, well played. Did very well considering they berserked, so they had half the time that I did. How are we getting on? Oh, there's a good battle happening for second. Hammersmith are miles ahead, but Hackney, Muswell Hill and King's Head are within. So we've got, what, 35 minutes left. Okay. How am I getting on? I am 23rd with 16 points, so I am contributing. Finally, that's my 16. Yay! I am finally contributing to the sort. The Ottoman Slap. My goodness, getting some usernames today. This is someone from Hackney. I'm pretty sure most of the people I played tonight have been from Hackney. I'm not entirely sure how that works for the algorithm. But right, let's actually play some proper chess. This is some weird. This is now pretty much a queen's gambit accepted. Do I need to play knight d2 first, or can I start? Not sure what the best move is here. Knight d2 looks to make a bit of sense. I want to take and then give my king a bit of air for later on, and then we can castle and play queen b3. Start doing things down the long diagonal towards the king, and also attacking b7, which he's going to let me have, which I'm not convinced about as a decision. So having said that, no, this must be okay, surely. Knight a5, queen a6, and then I take this bishop with the queen, the knight with the queen, and I'm just a pawn up for. I suppose he gets the b file, but I want to move this my f3 knight out of the way so I can start moving everything else. But where do I want to put it? Okay, this isn't so easy. but we are a pawn up, and a pawn is a pawn, and we should be respecting that. Okay. Do I play knight e5 and just try to get this bind on the king side? Or am I inviting lots of ideas of mate? Let's continue with my plan of just getting this bishop out, and then I'll defer my option of what to do with that knight on f3. Problem is I can't move the knight on d2 because then bishop takes f3, pawn takes f3, completely expose my king. So I want to move that knight first. Don't really want to play g4. Right, black has queen, both bishops, and a knight all peering at my king if he wants them to. I'm not entirely sure of the point of h6, unless he's planning g5 himself, which would be very bold. This seems okay. I really want to play e4, e5, but knight. I don't want to let that. Or do I? Can I let that knight into f4? It looks very dodgy for me to do that. If I play knight e5, then I suppose I can now that bishop's off the, not putting pressure on the f3 knight, I can try and move this guy to c5, put pressure on that way. Can we do this anyway? Bishop d3, just move the queen somewhere that's reasonable, like b3. What I'm trying to do here, by plonking that knight on this outpost on c5, is encourage black to take it, so that I then take with the pawn, which would open up the d file towards the queen, and also the dark squared bishop on b2 would be having a lot more joy looking down at the king on g7, or the pawn on g7 that's in front of the king, and also the pawn on c5 when it recaptures would be attacking the rook. So I feel like I'd gain a few tempi there. The question is whether the bishop can go to d3 after that, but okay, so yeah, he couldn't take that. But now my knight's in a lovely, lovely square. Probably start playing e4, e5 here. Maybe not e5, but definitely e4. Seems sensible. His rook on b6 is just completely out of the game. I wouldn't be surprised if they bring it back. I'm not that worried about that, I don't think, because if they take the pawn on b5, I take up the a pawn, and then my rook on a1 is looking glorious. Let's keep playing in the centre. My rook on a1 is now just looking at that pawn on a5, and I'm not sure how he defends it. He hasn't. Let's have this. I think I can just have that. Incidentally, on the podcast this week, we released episode 11 yesterday. We have lots of things about lots of football this week, because in the past episodes we've had a thing where my co-host John McKenzie, he's a professional podcaster who hosts Football Today, amongst other very significant football podcasts. He's big into this football, and so every time we've mentioned an English grandmaster such as Mickey Adams or David Howell, both of whom are football names, he's always mentioned this, and so we have a little bit of a feature this week on those players and just general football grandmasters, English grandmasters who sound like footballers. which may be your thing. It's a podcast that barely talks about chess, really. I mean, we do, but yeah, we enjoy branching out and talking about other things. This has gone slightly wrong. I think I'm still just about okay here. Oh, I've got this little sneaky trick. I think I played c7 after this, and then I queen. No, because I need to be very careful here. Queen takes. That doesn't do anything. Oh dear. All of his pieces are suddenly looking at my king. If I can make this work, my c-pawn should be significant, but this is getting very hazardous. Queen g5 might be hard to meet. Oh dear. Well, I've got knight g4, which has a discovery on his queen. But yeah, I've lost a bit of. He didn't notice it. Hard luck. Imagine that's resignable. It's a shame. But more points for Muswell Hill, hopefully. Surely. Okay, if you're just going to let your time run out, sir, then no, you're not. Okay. Where should we put the queen? A5. Seems like as good a square as any. Yeah, okay, let's keep putting the pressure on. And I think we're going to win pretty soon. That's mate in 2, isn't it? Yep. Okay, how are we doing? How many points are we on? We're on 20, so we are this one. We're this guy here. Yeah, still battle going on for second place. This has been fun. I don't normally play 5 minute, I normally play 3 or 10. 10 if I want a proper game, 3 if I just want to have a bit of fun. 5 is a different challenge entirely. Dashman93. Who are you? You play for Hackney as well. Ah, I know who you are. Okay. I played this guy in a junior tournament when I was 17. It was one of the weirder tournaments I've ever played in. It was the Millfield Young Masters. And I just couldn't get going. But it wasn't like I was just like taking draws for the sake of it. I think I won 1, drew 7, lost 1. And one of the draws came against Yang Fan Zhu, who's an IM. And the others were just very weird, where I just couldn't get going at all in any game. And just ended up drawing 7 games, which is very unlike me. I am normally inclined one way or the other. If I just let him get g5 in with tempo here, I might have just done that. That's probably not the most sensible place for my bishop either. But yeah, Dashil Shaw was in that tournament. And was he? I can't remember if he was the only one I beat or if we just had a really, really wacky draw as well. I think we probably drew. But he went away from the game for a little bit and then returned for Hackney a couple of years ago. And yeah, it's just been tearing up the Middlesex League by all accounts. Okay, let's get this knight into e6. I'm not entirely sure what this position is. Suppose we should try to force. I've opened up the FR for his rook, but I didn't want this bishop looking. Okay, we can win in exchange here. We'll have that, and then can we play f4 or f3? Which one do we want? I don't want to open up that bishop, but equally I need to make my rook better than the knight, so I suppose I should play f3. Try to discourage all future knight invasions. Surely the more lines that open, the better my position is going to get. That's the theory, at least. Whether it's true here or not remains to be seen. Surely this bishop is just absolute garbage on g7. I won't hoover it off just yet. My bishop's on a lovely square itself, as is my rook now. Okay, I'll have that. Thank you very much, Dashel. Hard luck. Didn't play anywhere near his best there. And we're now on here. Now I've got John. If I'm playing everyone from Hackney, this is now John Reed, who is the Hackney captain, and a lovely chap. And we played a couple of times in this tournament last week, as I whip out the Benko here. A couple of times in this tournament, and we had a crazy game in the Benko. So let's see if I can do I think I probably lost that one. I don't know what the best move is here. I haven't played the Benko for over the board for about, I don't know where we're at, about, I think the last time I played it was against Colin Crouch, who was an international master who died a few years ago. I played Colin Crouch in the Benko and lost in 2005. So that is going back quite a long way. Pretty sure that is the last time I played. Yeah, so we had this last week where I allowed knight c6 and it all got very nasty. I think we just carry on. So the idea of this is, plonking my knight on c5 just gives it a few more squares. I might have just completely misplayed this. It's very plausible, but let's see. Yeah, that's a bit awkward, isn't it? Back to the drawing board with the Benko, I think. Yeah, this isn't going very well. Had a nice little streak in this event, but it might be coming to an end, I fear. Yeah, none of my pieces are really where they want to be, and obviously it's a Benko gambit, so I'm still a pawn down, which is not good either. Oh, that's just an absolute pig. No. Is he gonna take? Can he take this? Have I trapped his knight? It might be able to play e4 though. Yeah, there we go. That knight's coming back out to g5, isn't it? Lucky boy. But yeah, this is what happens when you don't play well. These kind of things exist. I don't really want to swap queens, but I'm not sure I've got a choice here. This is just absolutely horrible. Dear oh dear. Right, we saved a position from 2 pawns down earlier. Let's see if we can repeat the trick. My suspicion is no. Okay, he's threatening the This knight is just the absolute bane of my life, lads. Alright, we can try to at least look at some pawns before my race is run. Try and fragment his pawns as much as I can. Get my king into f6 or something. Okay, I really need to stop playing the banker against against Joey because it's just not going well at all. Oh my goodness. Okay, right. Well, at least he has no passed pawns. I've just got all sorts of problems though. That's not helping matters. And knight takes d7, right, okay, fine. We'll write that one off. Let's go back to something. So I'm, at the moment, the third most contributing player in the Muswell Hill team, and that's just given Hackney a little bit of a boost there. So we've got Peter Roberson here playing for Hammersmith. I'm not sure who Iakira is, I'm not sure who their leader is. Chessfort, 24-16, so I've got one of the Hammersmith. Knight c3. Alright, are we going to get a closed Sicilian? We are not. Chessfort, I don't know who you are. No idea. This is a very weird opening, but imagine I'm okay. Go route 1, why not? Route 1. Let's go after that king. Chessfort, who are you? Why haven't I seen your name before? Keep hacking. I think I can probably hide my king on f8 fairly comfortably here. Do I want to get rid of the queens, or do we keep hacking? Let's get rid of the queens. Race to 24-16. Let's play properly. Don't love the dark squares around my king, but maybe, well, I suppose let's play h4 there to, yeah, this is slightly awkward. But my king is fairly safe on e7, I would suggest. That knight just might be able to be annoying for a few moves. Don't really want to open up the H file, do I? I'd rather hide my other bishop on a7 because, oh, I thought that was hoover that off. Very happy to hoover that one off. Just play a bit cagily. Alright, I can take that now. He's moved the rook over to there. I don't really want to allow oh, he's got a check. Oh no. Okay, we just the pawn down. That didn't go very well. Thought I had bishop b5, bishop b7. That's annoying. Oh well. Not a lot we can do now. Cry over spilt milk. Let's do our best to save what looks like a lost position because he's got this. One move. Okay. Well played. How long we got left? 12 minutes, so it's probably one game. One proper game. Hackney in the box seats. Hammersmith have won it. King's Head, let's at least make sure Wellsville Hill get a medal. What's our rating like? Have we lost some rating points? Oh, I'm playing Roberson. Okay. Peter Roberson, I am. With one of the better I really like his handle. So Magnus is the side of, obviously it's a homophone for Magnus, as in Magnus Carlsen. I used to live with Peter in the chess house. I used to live with Grandmaster Gawain Jones, and I am Tom Rendell, I am Peter Roberson, and Gawain Jones' wife W.I.M. Sue Maroroa. And I was the only untitled player in the house. But we had an average still around, average ELO around the 2300 mark, 2350 I think it was. Actually, it's pretty much higher than that. Gawain was 2650. Tom and Pete were about 2400. Sue and myself were 2100. So what's that? Yeah, 2300 is probably about fair. Maybe slightly maybe like 2350. But I have a very good record against Pete in over the board blitz. Beat him something like 3-0 in like serious rated blitz. But that does not matter in these circumstances. Right, we can play h5 next, I think, whatever he takes with her. This has gone okay so far. Okay. So we've got fairly annoying move g6 if he takes with the bishop. And then queen. Have I not got queen h4? I think he's got knight f1, but this can't be altogether pleasant. And then I might be able to throw my rook into c2, something like that. Again, we're not going to castle. We do not castle. And when you have the open h file, I've already played my rook to c8. It's absolutely. Can he get away with this? He's playing bishop h3 instead. Oh, he's got. Oh wow, he's letting me take that. Okay. Surely not. Peter. Really? No, this just looks awful for you, sir. Take this guy. I've got a moth flapping around me. This doesn't look very fun. I've also got knight d3 coming. What's the best way of dealing with everything here? Because there's lots of threats. I don't know. We'll try this. Oh, he's got a check. That's annoying. That's extremely annoying. I missed that entirely. Okay. Still alright. Come on. Haven't played enormously well tonight, as long-time viewers of this stream will be able to testify. But if I could finish with a victory against the best performing player, against Peter Roberson, my friend and international master. That would be very nice. The power of the H-file. Do need to be careful, I'm still a piece down. Can't just let him recover. But quite how one recovers when everything is happening around the king, I'm not sure. Peter is an excellent blitz player. But I have, as I said, rather had his number of late. What do we do? Do we go rook c2 and try and cut him off that way? Seems very sensible. Stop that. I'm also looking at g2, of course. So queen takes h2, queen g2 mate is the threat. Quite what he does about this, I'm not so sure. So that rook's now power of the rook on the 7th. Look at these rooks. Look at his pieces. His pieces are doing nothing. I don't want to walk into anything. I suppose queen takes rook is probably the best attempt here. That might have to happen. And then what would the material be? He'd have a rook and a bishop. And I would have a queen and a pawn. If queen a4, if the queen goes back to a4 to do the other check, I think I can just go to I missed this one. Queen takes, so I'm going to be... can I take on g2 though? Maybe not. Let's say that I can. Is this playable? This would be an awful shame if I lost this now. And then knight takes. I've got to be careful of all sorts here. Have we got enough of the two pieces? Probably not. Maybe this is just losing now. Though I still have some tweaks. This one. He's not out of the woods here. Because you can play knight f5 and hoover off the queens, but I'm not sure what. I can't take. That's annoying. He's bested me again. Okay, we might even have to start flagging here. Oh no, we don't. He resigned. That's unlucky. He's got rook takes f5, and that's check. Right, that's a good win. A good win to finish this. We've got 3.5 minutes, and I think we will pause there. This has been the UK Clubs self-isolating teams battle, though it actually is only these Middlesex League teams. Hammersmith have won handsomely, and it looks like this final, with only 3 minutes left, the final positions are pretty much set here. Hackney and is that me? Nope, that was me. So I've contributed a little bit there. That was a good win against an IM to finish. Got a bit lucky at the end, but I feel like there's probably some way of doing things more towards the middle game. I probably missed a way to just flat out mate him there. Anyway, so yeah, please do subscribe to the podcast. We have a pantheon of episodes so far. We've had 11 episodes, all of which are very entertaining, as what I think so anyway. It's always a pleasure to edit them at the end of the day. And yeah, so we're available on Apple, Spotify, Google, whatever you want, and probably some bad podcast aggregators as well, whatever your poison is.